500 years before Columbus, a Viking woman explorer discovering the New World.
She was the most attractive of women and one to be reckoned with in all her dealings.
Guðríður, the far traveler. And this is a woman who crosses the North Atlantic 8 times in an open boat. She's the first woman to go to North America from Europe. She lived somewhere in Canada or the United States for about 3 years and had a son there named Snorri.
The sagas depict Guðríður as the main character in these voyages. She ties them all together, and she is the active explorer in the entire activity, from going to the utmost end of the known world and back even with the story to Rome in her old age.
She saw what others did not. She was a pioneer Viking that travelled further than anyone of her era.
They must have seen the ship. They thought it was a bird or some kind of a big winged bird, and because they could see the sails, but they didn't know that was a ship.
And I looked at it, and it was a typical Viking age spindleworm.
The Scots, particularly those living in Orkney and Shetland, I think are proud of their Norse heritage. The Vikings had a big impact on Scotland, and if you go to Shetland, you'll discover that the Scandinavian language there only died out around 1800.
This is where the story says that she and her family come back to.
Somebody, I forget who it was, said, "So you found Guðríður's house?" And I said, "Who?" So I had to go and read that particular saga. I didn't think the Vineland sagas had anything to do with our study of a settlement pattern.
I think Guðríður should be known as a great explorer, equal to the Viking explorers, the men explorers that we all know the names of, Eric the Red and Leifur Eriksson.
She sailed 8 times over the Atlantic Ocean in an open Viking ship to discover the New World. From humble beginnings to becoming the most travelled woman of the Middle Ages. The Far Traveller, a new groundbreaking documentary.